Summer 2026. The World Cup has just finished, and the European transfer market is descending into its usual post-tournament frenzy. Amid the noise, Real Madrid president Florentino Perez walked to a microphone and changed the market. He publicly pledged to spend 150 million euros on a single World Cup standout. This wasn't a tactical decision vetted by the scouting department. It was a political one. Perez was facing a legitimate threat to his presidency from Enrique Riquelme, who was campaigning on a promise to bring Erling Haaland to the Bernabeu. Perez immediately authorized a massive opening bid for Atletico Madrid's Julian Alvarez. Atletico responded by posting 4 laughing emojis on their official English account and told Madrid to stop trying to poach their academy prospects. By broadcasting a specific 150 million euro figure, Perez handed every selling club in Europe a receipt for his desperation. Whether it was Arsenal protecting Ricardo Calafiori or West Ham negotiating for Mateus Fernandes, every seller now knew exactly how much cash Madrid was carrying. Over the last decade, Madrid has built one of the world's most sophisticated, data-driven scouting networks. The entire logic of that system is to find undervalued talent early, specifically to avoid paying these types of reactive superstar fees. This single campaign pledge compromised years of analytical preparation. It forces a closer look at why the world's most successful club continues to pay the financial penalty known as the World Cup tax. When football executives assess talent, they frequently rely on the availability heuristic. They make massive financial decisions based on the information most easily recalled to their memory, the most recent, most visible highlights. This chart tracks the market distortion. A player's value remains flat during consistent league play, but spikes during a 4-week World Cup. The buying club then locks in that peak price as a permanent floor, paying a premium rarely supported by actual weekly output. Real Madrid's recruitment history shows a recurring pattern of this strategic failure, dating back to 1958. After Brazil won the World Cup in Sweden, President Santiago Bernabeu signed their captain, Didi, introducing him as the greatest player on the planet. But Didi's style required him to be the fulcrum of the team, a role already occupied by the legendary Alfredo Di Stefano. Di Stefano was so unimpressed that he reportedly told Didi on his first day that he wasn't good enough. Didi lasted just 19 games. Prioritizing tournament visibility over tactical fit often leaves a club with an expensive marketing asset that doesn't actually function within the existing team. Today, the club is caught between 2 competing recruitment philosophies. System A is the quiet, data-driven operation led by GM Jose Angel Sanchez and Chief Scout Juni Calafat. This system specializes in finding players like Vinicius Jr. before they become global stars. By identifying talent in South America early, they manage to build a world-class squad while maintaining an average net spend of only 39 million euros per season. System B is the loud, populist methodology, driven by Florentino Perez and the demand for Galacticos. Because Real Madrid is a member-owned democracy, the president relies on high-profile signings to satisfy the voters and global sponsors. Logic often takes a back seat to political survival. Selling clubs understand this internal conflict perfectly. When Enzo Fernandez emerged at the 2022 World Cup, Benfica demanded 121 million euros, a price specifically tuned to Madrid's appetite for the World Cup tax. This internal warfare means the club effectively bids against its own financial common sense, paying a massive premium for the appearance of power. The fallout of the 2026 150 million euro pledge moved from the negotiation table directly into the club's locker room. Publicly declaring an unlimited transfer budget destroyed the club's leverage in its own contract negotiations. Existing stars who have already won trophies for the club began demanding wage parity with the projected arrivals. If the club has 150 million euros for a new signing, the veterans argue they can no longer claim to have a restricted wage bill. This stunt compromised the club's internal wage structure, creating a ripple effect of financial demands that will persist long after the transfer window closes. When we analyze the expected return on these 2026 targets, the numbers rarely add up. On-field performance metrics suggest it is nearly impossible for a single player to contribute enough additional wins to justify a 150 million euro outlay. This compares a player's marginal revenue product, their actual economic value, against their transfer fee. The fee is completely detached from labor value. Perez views this massive gap as a political expense. It's the cost of doing business in a populist system. The World Cup tax at Real Madrid isn't a mistake made by a club that doesn't know better. It is the billion-dollar price of a president buying his own re-election.